Hey y'all, it's Taryn. It is Friday, October 17th. Welcome. I recorded last night and I posted a video today, and look at me recording again tonight. It's a miracle. It's an after tax season miracle. Um I am just kind of haven't known what to do. I put a pork roast in the crock pot this morning. Um, Thankfully, Kirsten checked before she left and turned it on because I plugged it in and then got distracted doing something else and didn't turn it on. So we would not have had dinner when we got home if she hadn't. But thankfully, she turned it on. So we had dinner already ready when we got home. And I had time this evening, and we didn't get home at 9. It's kind of been, I keep thinking it's later than it is. It's only 9 o'clock now. So anyway, it's been good. So what have I worked on? I know it's only been since yesterday. It shouldn't be that big a question. I worked on my September sweet stitching a little bit. And here we are. And then today, I don't know where to set this. Uh-oh. I think that one's August out with it accidentally. Today I worked on my October quilt out of Paula Vaughn's Quilts for All Seasons. If you're new here, I'm kind of a Paula Vaughn fanatic, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this is October's. I worked on that today. And I actually went and bought the floss that I needed, that I was missing in, now I'm going to go flip back again. Where I was doing this bowl, I had the outside colors and the middle color, but I was missing, I think there are 4 different shades of blue. I was missing one of those colors in there. And today I went to pick it up, but I did not write down what color I was missing. I knew it was in the 3700s range and it needed to be a light blue. So I bought all 4 of the 3750 something light blues, actually in the 3700s. I bought all 4 of them just to make sure. And what do you know? One of them was the right one. So, yay me. Anyway, here's where I got to today. As you can see, I got all of the bowl filled in. Worked my way across over to here. This is the edge. That's the far edge here. This is part of the house. The door will be right in this area. But that I got quite a bit done. And the reason I was able to get the stitching done on the September sweet stitching and on that much done on this one is because I don't know, I've been awake since sometime between 3 and 4. I finally got out of bed at 4. So I had a little extra time. And we'll see how tonight goes. I fall asleep within 30 seconds after my head hits the pillow, and I, for a while now, have been waking up somewhere between 3 and 5 in the morning. And sometimes I can fall back asleep and sometimes I can't, and I just get up and come stitch. But, oh well, whatever. Tomorrow we are, Jacob is gone fishing with his buddies. They go do a camp like on the beach for 5 days and fish. And I mean, they're camping in tents on the beach. There's like, I think they might have where they can get some ocean water and have a kind of shower every now and then. I'd be surprised if they shower once in the 5 days that they're gone. But this is the second year, third year, maybe third year that they've done it. And last year when he got home, he was all like, yeah, we were thinking, yeah, the wives should come and the kids. And Addison's like, no, thank you. I'm not sleeping on the beach where I can't get out of the sand for 5 days. You can have it. I'm good. So anyway, we are going tomorrow to Ryan's soccer practice game. I don't even know what they do, but Addison is too pregnant to get out there running around with him and, having to bend over to get the ball and all of that. I'm not sure she can bend over that much or get back up if she does. So we're going to go so Dax can go out there and run around with him. So Ryan will love it. Dax will probably love it even more. And I know I said in the last video that Addison's at 32 weeks. Yes, 32 weeks. And I know that's not very, very pregnant for a lot of people, but Addison's like 4'10". So there is nowhere for this baby to go except for out. So for her, it's very pregnant. So anyway, we've got to get up early. We've got to be in Austin at like 8:20 tomorrow morning, and it's an hour away from our house. I looked tonight. So anyway, we're going to go do that. I need to make my grocery list so I can go pick it up tomorrow and cook dinner. And I don't have food right now at the house for the rest of us to eat, but I do have stuff for Ryan. So because that matters. Okay, enough rambling. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. We can hope. Okay. Regardless, I'll see you in a second. Okay, I'm back. It is Sunday, October 19th. I had to look at the calendar. Anyway, yes, I missed yesterday, but we did Ryan's soccer practice, which he spent most of his time over on the basketball court at the park. And then we went to breakfast, and then we came back to the house, and he played hard and then took a nap, and so did I. And then he got up and played hard until dinner time, and by then I was exhausted again. So yesterday I did work on Hallie's birth announcement, and here is where we are. I put in, so finished up here on the knob and put in a couple more rows, but I went ahead and put around the edges so I know where I'm filling in. And then added some of this stuff. That is all part of the little stacker thing right there. So, and filled in here over and this side, kind of working my way across, but trying to do, like some of this that's big block stuff, and then also some of the smaller. It's not super confetti heavy, but it does, like this right here is already 2 different colors of red. So anyway, making progress. That's what matters, right? And then today, I'll pull it all out here. Let's see. I'm trying to think if anything fun has happened around here. I felt bad because I had sprayed around the house trying to keep ants and scorpions out of the house. I usually just put out the diatomaceous earth, but they had breached the perimeter and were getting in the house, so I sprayed just at the bottom around the house. But yesterday I saw a small, it was still only about this big, tarantula, who must have gotten into that area because it died on our sidewalk. And I feel bad because they'll eat the things that I don't want coming into my house, so I'm not trying to kill them. But that's why I don't put poison out. But anyway, today, so far, I've been working on, I know it says educated, but I call it educated. I'm not sure if that's how they want it pronounced or not, but it's the way I'm pronouncing it. So, and here is where I am on this one. Before, all I had was this book and the part of this one. So I added in I finished, because I only had a couple of rows, so I finished the rest of that color and added in this and this book. But it's only, I'm not sure if it's 5 o'clock yet. If it's not, it's very close, right before, right after. So I've still got time to work on that. Well, I guess other exciting, interesting things. Today I tried to make bagels for the first time. I guess I should start a channel of Pinterest fails because it was not good. I used too big a dough balls. So when I made them into the circles with the hole in the middle, they looked fine. They looked bagel size, but then when they rested in rows, they were like large hamburger bun size. And then when I was taking them to boil them, they stuck to, and I was using the silicone sheet, but they stuck to this sheet, so they collapsed when I pulled them off of it to put them in to boil. And so I have these gooey, gross, flat, crispy on top, supposed to be bagels. It did not work out well, to say the least. Maybe I'll try again. I don't know. But yeah. And Dax was trying really hard. He's like, well, I know they're big and they're not very thick, because I said my best hope right now is to cut them very thin and make bagel chips out of them. And he was like, no, because we could, still use them for sandwiches, fold them over or whatever. And then he took a bite of one and he's like, are they cooked all the way? I'm like, I cooked them as long as the recipe said. I've cooked them longer. They're still awful. But he tried. He tried to make them okay, but they're just not. So I guess, I don't know. I'll have to, it's like in cross stitch when, you mess up really bad and you don't want to work on that project for a while. I don't want to make bagels again for a while. I don't want to try it again. This recipe said these were, nice fluffy bagels, but it did not work that way, and I am not happy about it. But, oh well, it's fine. Who cares if I just wasted that very expensive flour from Italy? It's fine. What else has been going on? I can't think of anything at the moment. Oh, I know. I can't think of anything at the moment because of my mini concussion. The other night, I guess it was Friday night, I was getting stuff out of the car and I was holding it all in my hand and on this side, and I grabbed the we have an Explorer with, you know, the hatchback. So I reached up and grabbed it and pulled it down, but I was not out of the way. I had not cleared where the thing was going to come down, and I whacked myself in the head with the edge of that door. Right here, there's still a big bruise. I didn't see stars. I've hit my head hard enough before where I actually saw stars, but it did hurt. It is still sore. There is a bruise there, but so, you know, yesterday and today, everything I could just blame on, well, I can do that because I have that concussion. It's self-diagnosed, but that's fine. That's probably why I can't remember what else I might want to talk to you about. Anyway, it is still early. I haven't decided what's for dinner tonight, but it could be something very easy. So hopefully I'll just work on this some more, get some more progress on it. It's been long enough ago that it is absolutely ridiculous that this isn't finished yet. I'm using the DMC except for the cat. I felt like the cat needs to be in the variegated floss like it is here. The other stuff I don't care that much about, but just one plain solid gray I felt like wouldn't be good for the cat. And in one of the auctions that I've bought, one of the many auctions that I've bought, it was an estate auction, and there was a lot of craft stuff that the lady had. Well, she had a lot of different flosses and stuff, but these are both the same. You can see this is stuff that she fussy cut for whatever she was making. She apparently just wanted some colors, but this is designs for the needle. And these are the same, as you can see. One of them, I think she's probably used this one more and was fussy cutting more of the gray off of it. But anyway, I'm going to use probably off of this one more for the cat so that I can have a little bit of the variegation. I want the variegation in there. I don't want them to be just an all dark gray. Her. It's probably her with those glasses. But anyway, I don't want it to just be an all dark, solid, same gray. I want it variegated. So I pulled this one out. I had some other variegated floss, but it was variegated a much darker gray, and it kind of had a bluish black in it and black. And I was afraid it would be too dark, so I opted for this one. Unfortunately, I am not anywhere near the cat to test it out, but maybe if I keep working on it, I will be. Oh, I also keep forgetting to show you. I just now saw this and thought about it. I'm making socks for my dining chairs. So here's one of them. And I had to modify the pattern that I'm using because she obviously has dining chairs with thin legs. This is for the front legs on the dining chairs. The back are much bigger, and actually they're square, but I already did one for the back. It's on there, and I'm just using scrap yarn. I don't care if they match or not. Right now they have felt, but the felt catches cat hair, and it's not easy to clean. It's not like I can pull these off, throw them in the washer, and get them clean. So I'm working on that. I've made one back leg and now one front leg. We have 8 chairs. Our table seats 8. So I've got a ways to go. But like I said, scrap yarn, it's easy. And it gets some of the stuff out of here, so I'm okay with it. Okay. Really, I think that's all. We had a great time hanging out with Ryan yesterday. And I think Addison likes to get a break while we entertain him. He still loves Dax the most. But eventually I'm going to win him over because Dax plays hard with him. I have food. So, and he's a boy. So the way to his stomach is going to be the food eventually. Eventually, I'm going to be the favorite. And actually, it doesn't matter. We both just delight in being around him. He's talking more. He's so cute. He says, thank you. Now it's much more clear. He's been saying thank you for a while, but it's much more clear. And when he was eating and he was done and he would hand us the stuff and to clean up, when he would hand it to us, he would be like, there you go. And it's so flippin' adorable. Although I guess my favorite thing is when Addison tells him that, come on, let's go change your diaper. He pulls his shirt up and he pulls on the front of his diaper and he says, no poop. So, but Addison says that he lies because sometimes there is in fact poop. So I think he's just trying to get out of it. But anyway, there you go. That seems like a good note to end on. Okay, I'm going to stitch some more. I doubt that I will come back tonight, but hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, see you in a sec. Hey y'all, I'm back. I know for you it's just been a second, but it's Sunday, October 27th. So, ta-da! I tried to do better, but honestly, last Sunday night, I was like, uh-oh, I could feel a little bit of soreness in my throat, and it's like, that's not, sinus drainage. That's, I'm getting sick. And so, for most of the week, I've sounded pretty rough. Today is the best day of the week. I don't know, probably about Wednesday was Dax's favorite because my voice was only a whisper. So, anyway, I sound better today. And so I thought that I would get out here and get this done so I could get something uploaded and it wouldn't be a whole nother month. So that's a plus. Addison and Ryan just left. We spent a couple of hours playing with them and having dinner and all that kind of stuff, and his vocabulary is expanding. It's just so much fun. So anyway, what I worked on, the first one, I'm looking to see who it's by, is it's called Glacier Bay, and it's by Kind Stitchworks, I guess. Yeah. But can y'all even see that? And I'm holding it down here. I'm so good at this. By Kind Stitchworks. But look at, this is like the top of the project and bag was under this, it's hanging. But look how they have the top of their label. It has a little project card with it. Anyway, it looks like this. And it's an old kit because this is an actual photo that comes with it. And I am so very far along. There you go. I've got obviously the little corner of the photo, and starting with water, it's going to be like all kinds of shades of blue, obviously. I think as I'm going across, Yeah, I think right here, somewhere up in here is where that boat's going to start. I wouldn't swear to it, but I think so. Oh, you have to see my awesome thread sorter that I'm using for that one. Isn't she funny? Oh, of course, the one I put on the floor, I forget to put the thread sorter in with it. I worked on my mason jar lineup by dimensions. And here's the whole thing. All right, I guess I should look and make sure you can see it after the other. This is where I worked on it, on this one here. And I was doing this back stitching stuff here. I wasn't feeling very good that day. And they're just half stitches with the shading. I said back stitching, sorry. I was working on the shading, and it's a bunch of half stitches, and you can see where I got to. And because there's my thread. God, the lighting, it's driving me nuts. Anyway, it doesn't line up when I got down here. And on that particular day, I was quite well aware that I did not have the brain power to figure it out. So it will have to wait until another time. On Tuesday, I didn't even go into the office. I stayed home and slept all day. And then on Friday, Dax told Kirsten, go take your mother home. But on Friday, I couldn't quit coughing. And so I was just exhausted. You know, when you just can't quit coughing, it wears you out. And so I came home and laid down to just take a little nap. And I got up 7 hours later at 11 o'clock when everyone else was going to bed. And I did try to go back to sleep. I really was still tired. But I couldn't. I went to bed Saturday night at 10 o'clock. It's been ridiculous. And on the day, on Tuesday, when I stayed home and slept mostly, I have not missed a day of cross-stitching. This year in December will be 3 years, I think. So I did not want to miss a day. So I got up and I worked on this September sweet stitching. I came out here and grabbed this and got back in bed to work on it. Here is where it is right now. As you can see, I'm working on the sunflowers. The sunflower is done. But on Tuesday when I was homesick, I put in like 2 of these petals or something, maybe these 3 petals. I don't know. I did not do very much, but it counts. Anyway, I can't even tell you when I put the others in. It may have been, I probably did the rest of this, what I've done on it when the mason jar lineup, I made that mistake on it. But let's see. I worked on, I thought I pulled that out. Oh, I did. I have stuff over here. I've got things stacked up everywhere. Today I worked on this Valentine sampler. And I got this off of a store on Etsy. And here is where I am on it. It looks funny because I think this says love. Let's see. Yeah, I started over here. I'm in that corner. So there's a lot of back stitching to actually spell out the love. But this little piece right here was 1 page. It was just a little corner at the edge on 1 page. So look, I finished a page. And this starts on the next page. So today I finished these hearts down here. The little white ones weren't backstitched yet, so I got that done, and I did those couple up there. I had big plans of coming back out here and doing more, but my big plans don't ever work out. Take a drink. I'm trying to think if anything fun and exciting has gone on in our lives, but I don't think so, because mostly this week I've been blissfully unaware of anything else going on. Wyatt has some drama going on in his life, and he's an assistant principal, and he's got some drama going on with the parent, but they're supposed to have a meeting tomorrow, so hopefully that'll be all over and done with, but we'll see. I don't really like drama, but anyway. I worked on Paula Vaughn's Quilts for All Seasons on October's quilt. I'm doing these every Friday for whichever month. Like every Friday I'm working on the Octobers. Because I have them all started if you're new. So this is October's. This is the one I'm working on. And I got some pretty decent progress on Friday. So I guess it works better if we're like this. So I thought, well, I got some progress on Friday, but then when I couldn't go back to sleep, at about 1 o'clock in the morning, I just got up because I was tired of trying, and came out here and did some stitching. So I guess I really got some of the progress on Saturday morning, but I finished filling in what was missing over here. One of those colors I just kind of brought down there because I had so much still left on my thread, and then started working over here on the door. So I was pretty pleased with that. It actually is, you know, looking like something. And then I worked on Hallie's birth announcement, I guess. And I got some pretty decent progress on it also. So I worked on, I got the colors. Well, I'm missing one color right here, and I looked in a couple of projects and I didn't have it in there, so it's like, okay, I just need to get that one. But as you can see, I got the pony in and the toy. I got finished filling in this drawer here. This color under it is different than the other color around here, so I went ahead and put it in because it is the same color as all of this over here that I filled in. So there might be a couple of stitches farther, but pretty much this is it. I am, God, the light. I am at a place where I don't know what to do. I'm off by one stitch somewhere, and I could have sworn that from here I counted this little, there's a rubber duck that goes right in here. This is his tie that's on him. And I could have sworn I counted for this in the wheel on here, and it was right, but when I started stitching it in, it is off one. So I don't know what to do because I don't know where I'm off. I mean, somewhere from down here is where I'm off because I had to make some adjustments in there anyway. So now I don't know what to do because I don't want to tear all of that out. But I've got to be able to keep it going, and all of these things that are on here have to, let's see, because, like, you know, his tail starts in the middle of the wheel. I already have those spaces in, so I don't know what to do. That one's going to take some thought. So I'll probably do some fill-in for a while until I feel like tackling that. Okay, I think that's everything. I'm trying to think. Like I said, I don't think anything really fun and exciting has been going on. We really haven't done much of anything. So I guess that's it. I think I'm going to try to take the computer to the office tomorrow and upload this, and hopefully tomorrow have a new video out in only 2 weeks. A shock to everyone's system, I'm sure. So anyway, I guess that's it for now. I guess I'll stop too before I lose my voice. And thank you everyone for your comments, your likes. Thank you for subscribing for those of you that have. And if you haven't, go ahead and do that. And I guess I'll see you here next time. Thanks, y'all. Bye.